how BTS turned Las Vegas into their kingdom, and why their dominance shows no signs of stopping. What if I told you that while most artists spend their careers chasing a single defining moment, BTS seems to be living through one historic moment after another? A sold-out stadium tour, a song breaking records across the globe, fans traveling thousands of miles just to witness a few hours of magic. And one member whose unexpected encore appearance left an entire stadium laughing, crying, and screaming at the same time. Because that's exactly what's happening right now. And if recent events have proven anything, it's that BTS isn't simply maintaining their success. They're expanding it, they're strengthening it. And somehow, after everything they've already achieved, they're still finding new ways to surprise the world. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of BTS's unforgettable Las Vegas takeover, Jin's heartwarming moments that captured fans' hearts, and the chart domination that's proving the group's influence is stronger than ever. And trust me, the deeper you look into this story, the more remarkable it becomes. Las Vegas is a city built on spectacle. It's a place where only the biggest names in entertainment can truly thrive. Every year, legendary performers arrive hoping to create memorable moments. But only a select few manage to transform an entire city into their own stage. BTS didn't just perform in Las Vegas. For several unforgettable days, they became Las Vegas. From airports to hotels, from restaurants to shopping centers, the city seemed to pulse with excitement. Purple outfits appeared everywhere. Fans from every corner of the world the streets. Languages from dozens of countries blended together as people shared a common purpose. They had come for BTS. And more specifically, they had come to experience something they knew they would never forget. When the doors of Allegiant Stadium opened, the anticipation was already overwhelming. Thousands upon thousands of fans streamed into the venue. Many had waited months, some had waited years, others had crossed oceans. For them, this wasn't simply another concert. It was the culmination of countless memories, dreams, and emotions. And when the lights finally dimmed, the explosion of cheers was almost impossible to describe. It wasn't just loud, it was emotional. The kind of sound that comes from people who have been waiting for a moment like this for a very long time. From the very beginning of the performance, BTS demonstrated exactly why they continue to fill stadiums around the world. Every movement felt deliberate. Every visual looked larger than life. Every song carried an energy that spread through the entire venue. Yet amid all the excitement, one member consistently became the center of countless conversations: Jin. Of course, BTS has always been known for having exceptional performers, but there are certain moments during a tour when a particular member captures the spotlight in a unique way. And in Las Vegas, many fans felt that Jin was having one of those moments. The first thing people noticed was his appearance. Social media quickly filled with comments about his visuals. Photos from the concert spread rapidly online. Fans described him as unreal. Others joked that cameras still couldn't fully capture how stunning he looked in person. But as impressive as his visuals were, what truly captivated audiences was his performance. Because looking good on stage is one thing, owning the stage is another, and Jin did exactly that. His voice cut through the massive stadium with remarkable clarity. Even in a venue filled with thousands of people, every note felt precise. Every lyric felt intentional. Every emotional moment felt genuine. There was no sense of distance between performer and audience. Despite the enormous scale of the concert, Jin somehow made each moment feel personal. And that's an incredibly rare ability. One of the reasons fans connected so strongly with Jin during these performances was his emotional versatility. Within a single concert, he seemed capable of becoming completely different people. One moment, he was delivering powerful vocals that filled the stadium with emotion. The next moment, he was making fans laugh with his playful expressions. Then suddenly, he'd return to a deeply moving performance that reminded everyone just how much he has grown as an artist. It's this balance that makes him so fascinating to watch. He's not trying to fit into a single image. He's not trying to become a distant superstar. Instead, he embraces every side of himself. The serious artist, the dedicated performer, the playful entertainer, the caring friend, the person who genuinely enjoys making people smile. And nowhere was that more obvious than during the encore. For many artists, the encore is simply a final performance before the night ends. For BTS, it's often where some of the most memorable moments happen. By the time the final concert reached its closing stages, emotions were already running high. Fans knew the Las Vegas chapter of the tour was coming to an end. No matter how incredible the night had been, nobody wanted it to end. Then Jin appeared with a surprise, and instantly the atmosphere changed. Instead of delivering a dramatic or overly serious moment, he chose something completely unexpected. Pigtails, a personalized hair clip, and a playful energy that immediately sent fans into a frenzy. The reaction inside the stadium was priceless. People laughed, people screamed, people took photos as quickly as possible. But beneath all the excitement was something deeper. The gesture reflected one of the qualities fans love most about Jin, his willingness to be himself. No matter how large the audience becomes, no matter how famous he gets, he never seems afraid to embrace his playful side. And that's part of what makes these moments so memorable. They're authentic. They don't feel planned by a marketing team. They feel like genuine expressions of his personality. And fans recognize that instantly. After the concerts ended, the memories didn't stop. In fact, they only continued growing. Shortly afterward, Jin shared glimpses of his Las Vegas experience through social media, and fans eagerly examined every detail. Some of the photos showed him relaxing and enjoying simple moments. Others revealed behind-the-scenes snapshots that fans normally never get to see. One particularly charming image featured him wearing an Elmo t-shirt while enjoying a meal. For many fans, moments like these are incredibly meaningful because they provide a reminder that behind the massive stages, record-breaking achievements, and global fame, there's still a person enjoying life's ordinary moments. Then came the performance photos, and they were breathtaking. Jin standing on stage in a dramatic cape, Jin creating stunning visual formations, Jin lying down while passionately singing. Every image seemed to tell its own story. Every photo captured a different emotion. And together they painted a portrait of an artist completely immersed in his craft. But while fans were still reliving those unforgettable Las Vegas moments, another story was quietly unfolding. A story happening thousands of miles away. A story involving charts, records, and numbers so impressive that even industry experts couldn't ignore them. Because while BTS was conquering stadiums, their music was conquering the world. Again, the group's title track Swim from their album Arirang continued its astonishing run across Billboard's global charts. And what makes this achievement so remarkable isn't simply reaching number one, it's staying there, week after week. In today's music industry, attention moves at incredible speed. Songs rise quickly, songs disappear quickly. What dominates one month can be forgotten the next. Yet Swim keeps refusing to leave the conversation. The song has now claimed the number one position on Billboard's global excluding US chart 8 separate times. Think about how extraordinary that is. Not once, not twice, 8 times. And perhaps even more impressive, it has maintained its reign for 4 consecutive weeks. What truly elevates this achievement into historic territory is the company it now keeps. Swim has tied the longest-running number one record previously achieved by Dynamite. And who owns that record? BTS. This means BTS isn't chasing another artist's legacy. They're competing against themselves, against their own historic achievements, against records they established years ago, and some still matching them. Perhaps that's one of the most unique aspects of BTS's career. For many artists, reaching the top is the ultimate goal. For BTS, reaching the top often becomes the starting point, because once they arrive, they immediately begin setting new standards. The success of Swim also reflects something larger. It demonstrates the incredible connection between BTS and listeners worldwide. People aren't just streaming the song once, they're returning to it repeatedly, they're sharing it, they're introducing it to friends, they're making it part of their daily lives. And that kind of organic connection cannot be manufactured. It has to be earned. Meanwhile, the album Arirang continues proving its own strength. 10 consecutive weeks inside Billboard's top 10. 10 weeks. In one of the world's most competitive music markets. That level of consistency doesn't happen by accident. It happens when an album resonates deeply with listeners, when people continue discovering new favorite songs, when fans refuse to move on because they still find something meaningful inside the music. And perhaps the most emotional part of this story is realizing how far BTS has come. Years ago, they were a group with enormous dreams and uncertain odds. Today, they're filling stadiums in America, breaking records across global charts, headlining major international festivals, and inspiring millions of people around the world. Yet despite all the success, many things remain unchanged. Their dedication, their passion, their gratitude toward fans, their desire to create meaningful experiences. Those qualities remain at the heart of everything they do, and perhaps that's why their success continues to endure. Because people aren't simply supporting BTS out of habit, they're supporting them because they continue to feel something. Excitement, comfort, inspiration, joy, connection. Now the story moves forward. Busan awaits. More tour stops await. An additional Melbourne concert has already been added due to overwhelming demand. And later this year, BTS will once again stand before millions during the iHeartRadio Music Festival. The stages may change. The cities may change. The records may change, but one thing remains constant. Every time people start wondering whether BTS can reach another level, they somehow do. And that's why Las Vegas wasn't just another tour stop. It wasn't just another successful concert. It was another chapter in a story that continues to grow larger than anyone imagined. A story about 7 artists who transformed dreams into reality. A story about music crossing borders, languages, and generations. And a story that, even after all these years, still feels like it's only getting started. Because if BTS has taught us anything, it's that the next historic moment is always closer than we think. And judging by everything happening right now, the world may be about to witness another one.